Welcome to Knackerbox Garage, a Scratchy Pants production.
So, back to the Guzzi. Took it for a spin. In fact, this is going to be the clip after we did the test ride. So, runs great. I just feel the tappets are a little bit clattery. So, I'm going to whip the the rocker covers off and have a go at just checking the clearances, and then hands off because we're riding in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Can't do it. 9 days riding to Bennington for the Bennington Bash, which would be excellent. At least I hope it will be excellent. So, time to work on the bike again. Right, so we're just checking the valve clearances. I'm at top dead centre. I don't know whether you can see that. Should be the dot there. I've got a clear inlet and a tight exhaust. So, and this is set to 25 microns. When you're using feeler gauges and you're adding two up or putting two together, get a thickness trumpet ones that are the same. It's just better mechanically than a thick one and a thin one. So, let's start with the thin one first, or the gappy one first. I want that, I want this. We'll put that, I'm just going to wang it around a little bit, and we'll get the feeler gauges in. So that's there. Let's see, just want a little bit of drag, that's a bit gappy. You see the feeler gauge fell. So let's just do that. That's a little bit draggy, so that's good. Just make sure that's tight. Oh yeah, it's tight. Good job. A little bit of a drag. Then on this guy, I want to wind this guy open a bit. Put you in there. And I'm trying very hard. Stay there. Let's just. What's that like? Tight. That moved. There. It's pretty fiddly, but we're getting there. And this is the tappet adjusting tool from the toolkit, which is much better than, and it bounces better than the other tool when you drop it. Tricky, come on, come on. There, that's the spot. And let's see. Nice, that's that one. Right, so now we'll wing it round to the other timing mark. We've got clearance. No, that isn't it. Keep going. Sinestro, that's the other side, that's the left hand side. So we'll come round, look at this guy, and see what we're like. Inlet is tight, exhaust, they're both tight. Interesting. That can't be right. I've got to be like a whole rotation out on that. Look at the valves. Yeah, I'm down on one. That is not right. I'm going to turn you off because I'm not in the right timing point. Alrighty, so clearance is done. Got it on top dead centre both sides. I was 180 out when I first started adjusting. This is now good. You can see the exhaust valve is open, so we're on the push up to expel the exhaust gases stroke on this one. I did go back, check them both. They're all good. This is at top dead. So that's good, plenty of clearance, did it at the right point too. So it's back on with the covers. I'll pinch them up. I want to get some new washers for the breather line. These should be 8mm. It's got 10mm washers on it, so they don't really fit. So we'll order some of those. Give it a quick wipe round, pinch everything up, and we should be good. That should be it. One of the joys of riding old bikes, and I realise that the demographic of the people that watch this probably already know this stuff, but you can fix stuff pretty easy. Maintenance is a breeze. I did the valve clearances on the Tiger. It took me 2 days to get to them, a day to do them, and then 2 days to put everything back in place. So that was a 5-day job. I know a Triumph mechanic can probably strip it down, do it, and put it back up in a day. But when you're doing it for the first time, there's no point in rushing and breaking stuff. But, and again, then I couldn't do it with tools I needed by shims if I needed to change it. But luckily, like it was all in clearance. But that was before I started doing this channel. So there we go. Next thing on this is nothing. Next on the list is going to be my T140. I've got some crazy idea that I'm going to make it slightly quieter, because I think what I can do is I can jam some exhaust wadding. I've got some exhaust wadding down the silencer with a long stick. That sounds shit, doesn't it? Sounds like a terrible idea, but I'm going to try it. The worst thing I can do is blow up fragments of exhaust wadding to people, and if that doesn't work, I mean, it's my last ditch attempt. This was like $10, so it's not exactly a big expense, but so I'll finish the Guzzi off, get her off, get Lucy on, and it's Lucy's birthday tomorrow. She turns the ripe old age of 50. The Guzzi is already 50. She'll be 51 this year at some point. I don't know when. I suppose I could look at the serial numbers and figure out when she was made. But anyway, time to put it all back together. Okay. Got the silencer off Lucy. And it's heavy. I think it's got some wadding in it, actually. What's really interesting is it's all welded together. There's no way to get it out. And when you shine, there's definitely a tube in there with what looks like a blanked end, which I wonder is it that blanked end? I think it could be. So what you won't be able to see it, but maybe you can. Let's try it. There was a piece of gauze in there, but the guy that built the bottom end took it upon himself to smash it out because he thought it would ruin the performance. And I wish he hadn't, but you know, time's gone by. So it is my plan. I'm going to try and put some more wadding down there, actually. I think there's enough. So that's what I'm going to try and do. And I don't know the best way of holding this. And I'm not going to try and hit the device badly. Oh, maybe that's the best way. So I'll hold her in the vise like that, take the wadding, cut it into strips and try and jam it down there with a stick, and we'll see what we get. Sounds super technical, doesn't it? It's a hot day and I've turned the air on and it's lovely. So, silencer, it's got some wadding in it. Here's some wadding. Here it is. You can't see it up there. It's very sooty in there, but there is. If you look really look down the hole. There it is, you can see it. I know you can't, it's jammed around the corner, so it's actually you should have looked that way. Let's see if you can see it from that way. Can you see? No, you can't see it from that way. It's basically all jammed in here. I don't know whether it's going to work. The other thing that I wanted to get it off for was to measure the outside diameter of this, and that's 51 millimeters, so that's 2 inch. So if it doesn't work, I can buy some 2 inch stainless tubing and a couple of aluminized steel glass pack mufflers, and potentially build my own Zor's pipe. So that's an option too. But this is the cheap option because that packing was only $10. I actually, sorry, I'm whipping you around from side to side. I actually expect it to do nothing. But hey, why not try it? It could work, otherwise it could be just like obnoxiously loud still, in which case, new exhaust. Anyway, I want to fit this back on now. I just need to wiggle this up and pull the springs. I'll get that done and then I'll bring you back. So the exhaust is back on. I took liberty of just extending the rod for the brake as well. So now my brake pedal's a little bit higher up, which is nice. It was a little too low. So let's let me just do this. I don't know whether you can see anything. If we look down the end, yeah, you can't see anything. Look, you can see I can see some fluff. There's some fluff. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Some fluff down there. That's the wadding. So I have got some in there. I am expecting it to still be extremely loud. Yay. But we'll see. What I'm going to do now is I'm not probably going to start it today. I'll probably start it tomorrow in the morning when it's a bit cooler. This afternoon now it's pretty warm. We're in a bit of a heat warning at the moment. So I'll do that, and then I'll make sure I record it so we can hear it. But it's probably going to be loud. So that's it for this episode. See you on the next one. If you like what you see, like, subscribe,